Hello, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom all over the world. Our PM is on the space this evening. Can we listen to him and hear what he has to tell us?
Of communication here with you? Yes, he's here. You do co-host him, please. All right, I'm looking for him. He's right up here on the speaker. All right. I welcome every one of you this evening, fellow Biafrans, cabinet members that are listening, friends of Biafrans, and those well-wishers across the globe that are here or that will listen to this space today. This space is titled The Funeral as Restoration, Nigeria Funeral as Restoration of Independent Biafra Enters Final Stage. My fellow Biafrans, without wasting any of your time, I want you to understand that a lot of questions, a lot of concern are out there on the media, especially from Biafrans, and of course, from those one Nigerianists and the Islamic State, terrorist state of Nigeria, as confusion have entered their camp. It is very, very imperative that we come this evening to educate those who may have been misled or those who are still confused about what Biafra government is doing and how we intend to restore Biafra and become an independent state. My fellow Biafrans, today I would like to start by making references to countries that have done similar things that we are doing today. And I want you to understand one thing. What we are doing is restoration of a lost sovereign state. Biafra has been declared in 1967 as a result of injustices, as a result of killing, as a result of the dangerous diversity that the British Empire forced on us. And it didn't work out. So we looked for a solution. The solution was discussed in Abori in Ghana. And the outcome of that discussion gave birth to what is called Abori Accord. Abori Accord was truncated by the same people whose primary purpose was to conquer our land and turn everyone into Islamic State. Upon arrival from Abori, from Ghana to Nigeria, the agreement that was reached, where everybody was happy, was truncated by the same Nigeria under the leadership of Gowon. And they declared war on Biafra. So Biafra needed to defend itself by declaring the independence of Biafra under the leadership of Odomegwu Ojukwu. Just to give you a brief of how far we have come. That led to a genocidal war where Biafra fought against powerful nations of the world. At the end, there was a blockade. Our people did not die because of bullet. They died as a result of blockade through Ambazonia. Today, Ambazonia. So they used Cameroon, and a blockade was enforced, and there was no food coming into Biafra territory. Because then there was no social media. They blocked every media coverage, and nobody knew what was going on. At the end, Cameroon was compensated without the consent of the people using a place called Bakassi. Obasanjo decided that he would fulfill that agreement between Nigeria and Cameroon. So they compensated Cameroon by allowing their border to be used to enforce the blockade of Biafra. And so they gave them Bakassi as a compensation. Not knowing that in 2024, a man called Simon Ekpa will be in Finland waiting for an opportunity to deal with Nigeria and restore the sovereign state. For the best interest of Biafra people, those survival of that genocidal war. Today it is happening. My fellow Biafrans and friends that are listening this evening, I want you to understand that the reason we are doing what we are doing today in exile is because of the terrorism of the Nigeria state. Nigeria did not and will never give us enabling environment to compete and demonstrate that the people have given them vote of no confidence. So we cannot be on ground to challenge Nigeria. So for that reason, we are in exile and governing our people from exile. We are not the first to have done that. Only different is that our own is peculiar. Because Nigeria as a terrorist state is ready to kill anyone. And especially the leaders of the so-called separatists, as they call them. They are ready to kill, jail, maim, in order to maintain one Nigeria. We have seen in the past how they have killed, maim, and imprisoned without justification other leaders of the Biafra movement. Currently, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu were kidnapped from Kenya, renditioned to Nigeria, and have denied even right to his lawyers. So, we that have learned from what has happened to others, we decided that we will unleash everything on Nigeria so that they too will learn the hard way. And that's what God have used many of us to do today. And we have just started. So, I want you to understand the history of a country called Estonia. And what did I say? We are restoring a lost sovereign state of Biafra. And so, what we are doing is not a declaration of Biafra. Declaration of Biafra has been done in 1967. Recognized by many countries, and today, what we are doing is a process to restore the lost sovereign state of Biafra. I want you to underline that. We are restoring the lost sovereign state of Biafra. And what it means is that once Biafra is restored, we expect those countries that recognized Biafra in 1967 to validate their recognition. It is a process. They may take us for a ride, but at the end, it will become a reality. So, a country called Estonia, I want you to understand the difference between declaration and restoration of independent state. We are not declaring independence. Biafra has been declared. We are restoring it. Estonia restoration of independence, legally defined as the restoration of the Republic of Estonia. Estonia is a neighboring country to Finland in the Baltic countries. This country was proclaimed on the 20th of August 1991. On that day, at about 11 in the evening, the local time, the Supreme Council of the Republic of Estonia, in agreement with the Estonian Committee, the executive organ of the Congress of Estonia, declared the illegal Soviet occupation. So, in that declaration, it was concluded that Russia, Soviet Union become an illegal occupation, and an annexation of the country terminated. So, and proclaimed the full restoration of independence of Estonia. Underline the word, full restoration. What does that imply? What it means is that Estonia had enjoyed independence before becoming part of the Soviet Union. And so they decided to restore their lost sovereign state. In 1990, on March 30th, 1990, the Supreme Soviet of the Estonian SSR adopted a resolution on the state status of Estonia. The resolution declared that the Soviet occupation of 17 June 1940 did not de jure interrupt the existence of the Republic of Estonia. So which means Estonia has been in existence before the annexation in 1940. And even as that, they wake up one morning in 1990. After how many years? They say that this particular occupation by the Soviet Union did not de jure in exile and in the homeland are doing in 2024. Now, Fast forward to the international law. I want us to go to the international law, what we're doing. And I would like to make reference to the Montevideo Convention. Montevideo Convention on the right and duties of state. How to recognize and what criteria you have to attain to be recognized as a state. This particular foundation the Biafra government has laid, and we have done the best than any other state has ever done. And I want you people to understand that when we are doing this, they will say, oh, Wazirike made a passport. Under which structure? Under which constitution? Under which instrument? Under which platform? Where is the structure of government of Wazirike?